Hello and welcome to Left Coast Live. It is Tuesday, August 25th. I am your host, Deter McBusiness, joined as always by the one and only Stat Pat, stateless patriot of the Central Valley. We are California lefties coming at you with national politics and some somber news tonight. Real quick, I'll be right back, Stat Pat.
Sure. Hassan Piker and also Hassan Piker, Hassan Piker, but we'll get more into that later on this stream.
Well, let's wait until we get a few viewers to do my news. I'm realizing is probably a good
hmm
idea. So
Sure.
let's go ahead with this. Yeah, everyone is obsessed with Hassan Piker. I was just talking to a buddy of mine who is, a very progressive and media literate. And we were talking. I was telling him how I think it's just, yeah. I mean, they've chosen Hassan Piker, and it actually is a
Yeah.
testament to how weak they are. That they're trying to make this guy look like an anti-American, you know, douchebag,
hmm Yeah.
Bernie bro, and it's not working. Like he's staying strong in his positions. Abdul El Sayed seems to have hedged his relationship with Hassan a little bit,
hmm
based on his reaction to some stuff that he was asked about him. I mean, the way to handle questions about Hassan is to just
hmm
say, I'm sure you're mischaracterizing him. I
Yes.
like working with him. I like working with him. He brings a great audience, and he probably wouldn't be
Exactly.
popular if he weren't at least a little controversial. But the fact that things that he advocates for are controversial, that's the problem. Like
Yeah.
Medicare for all and a higher minimum wage and so forth.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. I hope that because this does nothing but hurt Al Sayed. It's because it proves the fucking smear artist like right. Just like and you're essentially serving them. You're kowtowing to them, and two, it affects the base that got you above like over the finish line in the primary in the first place. You know,
Right.
you're essentially succumbing to the smears. So I would hope that he, in the future, issues another apology and is like, I wanted to apologize to Hassan Piker. I realized that what I was criticizing him for was taken out of context, and here's the full context, and we need to have a deeper discussion about that.
Right.
That'd be the smart thing to do. Like because he can simultaneously regain that trust in his voters, basically, and also it helps to, um, uh, for lack of a better term, rehabilitate Hassan Piker, and gets to focus more on what Hassan Piker's talking about rather
Right.
than him as being a fucking threat or a problem. And also three, is basically a big middle finger to the establishment that is so fucking hell bent bloodthirsty on smearing and dragging Hassan Piker and the Democratic Socialists of America.
Yeah, all the DSA candidates are getting it from the establishment. It's really gross. The establishment just doesn't seem to really care about the popularity of these DSA candidates
Yeah,
and is just ignoring them.
exactly.
So, anyway, we do have. Oh, well, we just tried to drop off. So, yeah, Hassan is a lightning rod. You wonder why they don't go after Kyle Kalinske, why they don't go after Crystal Ball or a bunch
It,
of other
it
leftist
won't be
names.
it won't be long. But I think it's just like Hassan Piker is the most prominent and popular figure out of everybody. Because I don't think, I mean, not only do you get like multiple clip channels for Hassan Piker on YouTube, there's a whole bunch aside from like his actual personal YouTube. But also he streams on Twitch,
Right.
so
Yeah,
he's
he's
everywhere
enormous.
basically. Yeah. Whereas like big giant channels like Secular Talk. Mostly just stick to YouTube, as far as I know.
Right.
He doesn't really actually do any streaming.
No.
It's the fact that Hassan Piker is a
Yeah, and
streamer.
Kalinske doesn't.
You know,
Kalinski's very specific. He doesn't
yeah,
do like interviews and stuff. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining us. Would love to have your friends join us as
yeah.
well.
Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate it, Josh. Thank you.
Feel free to comment with stuff you might want us to talk about.
Yeah, there's so much.
Yes, the reference frame. Good to see you in chat. Reference frame. I think it's been a little while.
Hell yeah.
So
Good to
nice to
see you
have you
guys.
back. Um, so I might as well go ahead with the sad news.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. Yeah.
Mama McBusiness, my mother, has passed away. She served as the inspiration for a number of my essays, specifically the Who Are MAGA 3 episode series on the Bible Beaters, which I highly recommend you check out. She was an interesting person
Hmm.
with a lot of layers, but ultimately someone that I know loved me and tried hard to be a good mom to me. Ultimately, she did fall short in a number of ways, unfortunately, but that might have had more to do with her lack of life experience than anything else. She was married. She was engaged when she was 20. She was married a month after she turned 21. I don't really know what. I don't think she had much travel experience. Um, she never really had a second of independence in her entire life. She, had always had a man taking care of her. So she was kind of a Karen before there was a term such as a Karen, the suburban
Yeah.
white conservative woman who is afraid of the immigrants and the blacks and the gay. I mean, the way she talked about Obama, dude. And I'm no Obama fan, but it's because of his conduct as president, not because of his fucking race. And she was a racist. And it's
Yeah.
it's it's like I've talked with a bunch of people since it happened a couple days ago. I guess it was yesterday morning, but it's like, am I supposed to separate all those negative things from her, from who she was? You know,
Exactly.
am I supposed to just ignore the objective truth about who she was and what she did, and the effect that she had on, the country at large? People like her.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like it's like I was telling you on our phone call. It's such a difficult thing to navigate because I mean, it's your mother, and it's the person that brought you into this world, but also they inarguably contributed to the um, the the country as a whole in a negative way, especially
Yeah,
you know the political machine, as it were. The in a negative way with just backwards thinking, ignorant thinking, and just an oppressive ideology. So it's like,
fear. It's just all fear.
of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
what's hard is like she missed out on so much. She lived a tragic life. She had a lot of time on her hands that she could have done like community service work or something like that.
Yeah,
But instead, she ended up going down this route with the political churches. And it was just so disconcerting for me and my brothers. And like, my brothers just really accepted it. And I'm like, no, 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 this is not right. I threw up a huge
no,
fit when I found out that they were one of those churches that publishes propaganda, like books and stuff. And
God.
one of the books that they published was Jesus a Capitalist. Okay, so
I think
that's the premise of one of their books.
I think I remember you telling me about that,
Yeah,
and I think I made the joke. It's just like it looks like a normal book, right? But you just turn the pages, and it's just on the first page right there, just one word: no.
yeah. No, because it was just like brief. It's complicated. Also, specific to your relationship with the person who died. Tika, should take care of yourself, dude. Thank you, Tracy.
Exactly.
Appreciate that very much.
Thanks for joining
Um,
again, Tracy. Good to see you. But yeah, I mean, that's so ridiculous. Churches that go out of their way like that, and it's like no,
Well, I think it's a
there's no
panacea.
better.
It's proof of my thesis that they're looking for a catch-all. They're looking for an easy answer. They want the
Yes,
answers to the test without doing the goddamn reading. Thank you,
yes.
Versailles. Appreciate that. Sorry, dude, I interrupted you. What you're gonna say?
No, like churches like that literally are
Publish
politically,
propaganda.
yeah,
Yeah.
and are directly politically engaged. And lo and behold, churches like that every single goddamn time, Republican. And also, there's no better example um, to make the case for churches no longer being tax exempt
Right.
because like especially if you're directly involving yourself in your church in the political process, publishing propaganda, hosting, politicians at your your sermons or whatever, just showing up to the church and broadcasting it, especially the churches that broadcast the shit. They should not be tax exempt. Like,
No.
like I think, I mean, I don't think any church should be tax exempt for crying out loud. But there's no better case to be made than these churches, and I think like maybe some states can make the case like if your church does so and so or contributes to political campaigns, like monetarily, whatever, you lose your tax exempt status.
Yeah.
I think a case can definitely be made.
Josh, I have not, but I googled it after you chatted, and it looks awesome. Who is Jared Huffman? Do you know anything about him?
I don't think I've heard that name before.
Yeah, he's a congressman
Jared Huffman.
from. Yeah, looks like a smart guy.
Hmm.
Or he was a congressman. I don't know. I have to check it out. Thank you for the suggestion, Josh. Looks like a really good read.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Representative Jared Huffman. He's a California. I think he's a regular Lib Dem. Yeah, so that's the thing about the regular libs is they're all about being anti-MAGA, but they don't have ideas for what to replace. You know, they don't have an ideas for a new Democratic Party.
Exactly.
Um,
One thing I've actually really picked up on lately is just the fact that like liberalism is not going to save the fucking day, and I don't know where anybody gets that idea from.
well,
Especially
we
given,
have to wage the war of language, which means whenever someone says liberalism,
Mhm.
counter and saying you mean neoliberalism because Bill Clinton killed liberalism.
Yeah,
Liberalism doesn't mean what it used to.
no,
Like
of
you have to
course,
fight that. You have to fight that battle to win that battle.
yeah,
And because if you get them down that road, then they're like, well, "What are you talking about?" Because if people don't know what neoliberalism is, they can't see the Democratic Party for what it is.
yeah. Not to mention, I mean, people who fight on behalf of liberalism, whether they're conscious of it or not, they are only in that position to say and espouse what they are opposed to. It's like, oh, you're opposed to MAGA, that's great, whatever. Oh, you're opposed to the DSA. Like, is there anything you actually stand for? I've that seems to be a bit more common than we think right now because there's just a gigantic information war going on right now. Whether it's on
Yeah,
Threads, whether it's on Twitter, Blue Sky to a lesser extent. It's I mean it's kind of
Blue
a
Sky
dead
seems
dead
pretty
app.
obsolete by now.
God, yeah. Threads is where it's at, like big time. Threads is actually pretty sick.
Okay.
But yeah, right now it really is. People like Hutch,
Oh God,
people like Destiny, be- like
they just can't help
Matthew
but talk shit
Iglesias.
about the left. They
No,
just can't
yeah,
help but talk shit. And they have nothing to offer.
they
Like Hutch
don't.
is like, and Hutch sits there and reacts to Hassan. He's like, "What's he saying? I don't get it." I'm like, "Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're not listening. You don't want to get it. You
yeah,
don't
and
want to
also
get it,
you don't
dude."
know you don't know shit. You are actually under fucking qualified to have the voice that you do for crying out loud.
All right, so Josh says people still do use Blue Sky, only social media he uses. So that's good to know. We don't
Yeah,
give
it's
up
good.
on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
And
I
then
still
Josh
post
also
there.
says, I don't think we have the same definitions for words like liberal and progressive. That's right. That's right. And basically, progressive is becoming synonymous with democratic socialism slowly but surely.
Which I
Like,
don't have
it's
a
not,
problem with.
I don't have a problem with it either, but a lot of people are going to have a problem with it. Here's the thing I just want the preservation of entrepreneurship. Like I want people to have who have a good idea that solves a big problem that we have to get compensated for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if even if it's like not necessarily a problem, if it's like Steve Jobs would say he hated marketing departments because they would always just ask questions or propose ideas to the consumer that are already in the consumer's head. They wouldn't try to be like, hey, what if there were a product? Go back 30 years to the 90s. Say, what if there were a product that were like your phone that you could hold in your hand that you had access to email, text message, phone, camera. Like
Hmm.
that would be mind blowing back then.
Yeah.
That would be mind blowing back then. But the idea was still there. There was a famous a Hollywood studio executive who talked about the proliferation of Hollywood content and how like theaters will become obsolete because people will watch everything at home and the market will become so saturated with content that they won't feel like the reason to go drop $20 on a movie. I don't see a reason. I was going to go see The Odyssey. I'm going to miss it. It's going to leave films. It's going to leave movie theaters by the time I get a chance to go see it.
No, yeah, and it's like, and like it's crazy how like prophetic that was, because it's like everything, there is such oversaturation of everything. Like you can literally watch whatever the fuck you want on like a handful of different streaming platforms and everything. And it's just like there's such an abundance of choice that it's like you get left in like
But
option
nothing's really
paralysis.
exceptional. But nothing's really
Sure,
exceptional.
to an extent, yeah.
Everything's a B plus or there's some
Sure.
occasional A minuses. Nothing's a
Hmm.
straight A. All right, here
Hmm.
the reference frame has something for you, Stat Pat.
Hmm.
Under 501c3, yada yada yada, the Johnson Amendment bans these groups from participating in political campaigns in exchange for federal tax exemptions. The
Right.
thing is, they do it anyway. The
Yeah.
churches do it
Against
anyway. The
it,
churches. My
that's just,
mother's church was extremely political,
yeah.
and they were tax exempt.
Yeah, of course they just fucking they hide it, and they don't or they are active in a state that won't even bother pursuing them on federal grounds. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a big mess. For those of you just joining us, I lost my mom yesterday morning, and it was an expected thing. It was good because she was really suffering. I won't get into details, but to protect her privacy. But she was not comfortable. She was not happy, and she was not able to talk for the last 3 years.
Hmm.
So it's tough. It's like, but it's a good thing. I mean, this woman, her body gave out on her.
Yeah. Uh-oh, are you there?
You know,
Uh, Oh yeah,
we
you
lose. Oh
lost you
no,
for a
did I
second.
lose my audio?
You froze for like
Is it?
maybe like
Yeah,
three
I think my.
seconds. I'm losing you again. Oh no. Might need to like refresh or something like that. Yeah, I lost your audio completely. I don't know if it's just like bad buffering or what. I don't know if you could hear me, but yeah, I agree the reference frame. I still can't hear you. Let's see. Hold on, let me see if I could leave and come back in. Me? Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you.
How about now? Oh, now you're fucked up. No, you're. Oh God, I hate this shit.
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect. We're back to normal.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah,
So,
sorry about that, guys.
yeah, so,
I hate it when the I hear Dieter now, but not no. That was an old one. We're good. You're good.
yeah,
But
that
anyway,
was really weird.
let's get back to the news. We don't need to talk more about Mama McBusiness. She was an unfortunate
Yeah.
soul, and it's a good
Mhm.
thing that she's gone. Thank you for the reference to that No Profits book. I will definitely
Mhm.
read that. Actually, there are very few
Yeah.
things I'm interested in reading about, but I need ammunition to go after the religious right in a big way.
Yes.
Um, I mean, there's, people say going about Newsom keeps talking about going on offense. It's like, well, what does that actually sound like? What does that look like? Um, and
Right.
going after people like Joel Osteen and these
Yeah.
other hack Christian evangelicals. We need to say things like conservative Christianity is a contradiction in terms because Jesus was a socialist. We need to go
Exactly.
after that shit, man.
Yeah.
Enough. enough.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how I mean, I've been seeing a whole bunch the past couple weeks, and like it was really firing off after these recent elections and whatnot. Just how just relentless these smears have been from the Democratic establishment and their media lackeys and their unfairness to people like Abdul Al Sayed and now Angie Nixon, who won her Senate primary race in Florida, let alone just the DSA in general and shit. It's just like there is so much dishonesty out there that
Yeah.
it's like if you're and these all come from rah rah Democratic Party cheerleaders, like people that are too dumb to understand that you need to actually stand for something, but just smart enough to just peddle the exceptionalism of the Democrats, like
Right.
no matter fucking what. Um, like a lot of them are calling what's happening with the DSA right now like a power grab of the Democratic Party. It's just like no, they're just making a much better pitch to
Right.
voters than the fucking party approved milk toast Democrats that don't actually fucking stand for anything and are more than likely taking PAC money. It's like that.
Um,
That's why they're all complaining about the DSA is because they're fucking they have better rhetoric and they have a better narrative and they actually have a fucking campaign to stand on.
this is crazy, by the way. Yes, I have heard about the Supreme Court gutting
Yes,
mail-in voting, and it's incredibly disturbing.
yeah. I
It's a really disturbing.
you want to bring up a video that about that real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, so it was actually just dropped half an hour ago. I've been
What's
meaning
it?
to
Who is it?
Belle of the Ranch, Belleel. I mean Belle. Belle of the Ranch. It should be like her newest video because I've been waiting to hear her take on it. And according to the news, it's not very fucking good at all. Like it's actually like really 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 bad.
Okay, stand by.
Hmm. But she should be able to break it down in a pretty succinct way
Is
and
this
give a
the
business.
Beau, the fifth column's wife?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So, today, we're going to talk about Trump's SCOTUS win and mail in voting. It was all over the headlines on Monday. Trump won mail in voting. Did he, though? What he actually got was a decision that said the states seeking to stop his executive order on changes to mail in voting sued too soon. I'm not joking. The
Yeah.
majority
That's
opinion
essentially what the
actually says,
ruling
quote,
was. Yeah.
the court's disposition of this application does not mean that any measure taken by the government to implement the order will necessarily be lawful. On that score, time will
That's
tell.
actually a relief. Yeah.
This is a procedural thing. It's worth remembering that the president doesn't have a constitutional role in
Yes.
elections.
So let's can you pause it
And
real
it's
quick?
definitely worth remembering with some of the doomers.
Yeah. So like the thing about this, and that I appreciate you bringing this up, the reference frame. It's essentially the Supreme Court saying like, oh well, we can't like you can't be protected from being murdered because you haven't been murdered yet. Basically,
Right.
it's like you have a someone's pointing a gun at you, and you like you can't be protected by the law because technically you haven't been murdered yet. So
Right.
it's essentially the
It's
same exact
ridiculous.
logic. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Role in elections. And it's definitely worth remembering, with some of the doomerism going around right now, that this Supreme Court, that is incredibly differential to Trump, has ruled against him on things related to mail in ballots as recently as June. So far,
Yeah.
while I disagree with a lot of the court's ruling, we've been able to predict their outcomes because the court has remained consistent with its own rulings. Again, what got all the headlines was not a ruling on the constitutionality. It was procedural. Okay, so
Okay.
now what? For a lot of states, nothing will change. Arizona's Secretary of State, Adrian Fontes, put it pretty bluntly when he explained, quote, As it stands right now, nothing changes for Arizona's voters. Because this wasn't actually deciding the constitutionality. It didn't immediately halt other suits about the exact same executive order.
Okay.
There's a completely separate case brought by the League of Women Voters of Massachusetts that has a federal injunction barring the implementation of Trump's order. That still stands. However, in a court filing late Monday, the Trump administration made its intentions known that they were going after that case next. Arizona's Attorney General, Chris Mays, reportedly told the press, quote, "We will continue to challenge this illegal USPS rule and ensure Arizonians can cast their ballots as they have for decades, and without interference from the federal government." And that's really what this is going to come down to. The feds overreaching, and under this Supreme Court's way of reading the Constitution. The president has no say. What should you be ready for?
Okay.
We all knew they were going to try something.
Did you have something you want to say?
Oh, well, I mean,
And what-
ultimately, I mean, because I do want to hear what else she has to say, but like, it's always, okay, if there's ever something that's really, really sensational, like in headlines and whatnot, that's making the rounds, more than often, it's just a misinterpretation of the actual reality, what's going
Right.
on. It's not that like what happens is a good thing at all, but also some people like take it to mean to imply something much worse. And so more often than not, when I come to watch Bell's videos, it was the same with when Bo had the channel as well. They would always break it down in a way to make it just to clarify everything, and more often than not, it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Sometimes it's not the
Well, the
case,
odds-
but yeah, go ahead.
Of them being successful don't appear great right now, especially in regards to the midterms, which are like 70 days away. That doesn't mean they can't cause a bunch of chaos. Be ready for Republicans to try to find some way to suppress your vote or to make it hard for you to vote. Make sure you know how to vote in person. But it's worth noting there was a little signaling from Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who wrote in her dissent, quote, "To be sure, the court has not foreclosed states from challenging this blatantly unconstitutional order, but it declines to explain when, exactly, is the right time to bring a meritorious election rule claim challenging unconstitutional interference with electoral processes. The majority just signals that these claimants had to wait, even though the election cycle had started, and despite facing pocketbook costs, threats of prosecution, and an affront to their sovereignty, before receiving the relief to which they are likely entitled." This sounds like a dissent that is saying that the court already knows that ultimately Trump's order will be found unconstitutional. But as the majority opinion said, time will tell. Anyway, it's just
Yeah.
a thought. Y'all have a good day.
That's a relief. I mean, because like ultimately, they are constitutionalists at the end of the day, and they have ruled against Trump before. And also, elections are ultimately up to the states anyway.
Right.
So it's just like there's still hope to be had, but it doesn't mean that Republicans are going to try to pull out every fucking stop in the book to make things hard. And even like regardless of the fucking like results, like even if the Republicans were to miraculously maintain control of the House, they're still gonna like claim that there was fucking um, uh, election fraud or voter fraud or whatever the fuck. They're going to claim fraud regardless.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, they already put the elections to the test in 2020, and the states really held strong. So, you know, the system has been tested already, but how many assaults can it withstand is the question, right?
Sure.
Because, because this is relentless from the Republicans. They just don't care. They legitimately are rapists of democracy.
Yes,
They are
completely.
They are rapists of democracy.
Yes, and it is like completely appropriate to use like terms that strong, like
Right.
100 goddamn percent. Like they don't give a fucking fuck. Like we have never been like this vulnerable as a country in so many fucking in so many different areas. Like forget about the military. Like it's over and done with. Like for example, like if China decides that okay, time to non peacefully reunify with Taiwan, they can do it with like a single fucking um, without a fight at all from the U.S. That's how screwed we are right now. But I mean, aside
Oh,
from that, it's
we
just
might
like
have a troll. Hold on, real quick.
we do.
What rights have you lost? Name one. Well, I can speak for women with reproductive rights having
Yeah,
getting those have been getting fucked with pretty royally.
yeah, that's one.
How about the
You,
right to a corruption-free White House?
yeah, yeah. Or how about the right to privacy? You know, have you noticed
Yeah,
like within just the last 2 years, there's probably like fucking dozens of flock cameras in your town alone, depending on the size of your town, obviously. But like, I actually saw my first one last week while out driving around, and then not even a minute after that, I saw my second one, and then my third one, all within a minute of each other down the same block. It's
hmm.
Did you vote for that? Like since when? And not to mention like those flock cameras can be hacked into. They can be tapped into by law enforcement and used to track literally anybody. Like if you drive a car around, there are heat maps that they can look at, and like they can literally map out your entire routine. Like if what? So
Yeah. I
do
mean,
you,
yeah. Tracy F is going to listeners' constitutional rights. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
you,
this guy's gonna let it up. Says more abortion since the law changed. Look it up. Who cares, man? Like you're
doesn't
taking
fucking
the
matter.
side. You're taking the side of conservatism. Deal with what StatPat just told you. Deal
Yeah.
with what StatPat just told you.
Yeah, yeah, of course. The
Um,
Fourth Amendment has been getting stripped away for the longest time. Yeah, cultists for real. For, what, I mean, look no further than
yeah,
this.
right, bro. Yeah, right, dude. If you
Yeah.
this is if you only knew how
Okay,
absurd this fucking.
prove a single thing that I just said wrong. Prove a
You
single
said
thing that I said
you
about
said
flock
flocks
cameras.
were cities, not federal government. That's what
Doesn't
you said.
matter. It doesn't. Okay, okay, Flock it's a private company, right? Since when did we get to vote on it? Since when
Yeah.
did we get to vote on their installation? And not to mention, it's
There's
like,
been
do
no
you do
transparency
you
over the use of.
do you consent to being surveilled 24/7? Do you
No,
consent to
he's a
that?
chump. No, he's chump. He's a chump. He's talking shit. Come on, honestly, for real. We're trying to engage with you a little bit. Come on, man.
Yeah,
You got to do better than this, dude.
yeah.
Come on. And
What a fucking
uneducated is the
idiot.
one that you call us Bernie Bros if you want.
Yeah.
Call me a Mark Ruffalo wannabe if you want.
God
You want
bless
if
Mark
you.
Ruffalo, dude. Like,
Yeah.
do you see what his statement that he put out recently regarding
Yeah.
the merger? Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, like actually call that shit out. The fucking technology that's being used by Oracle and by Palantir and shit in Gaza is literally meant for ICE and for surveilling Americans. And like, what? Hey, honestly, for real, are you ready for fucking martial law? Do
Yeah.
you think that's gonna happen under a Democratic president? I don't fucking goddamn think so. It's all happening under Trump. Like at the day three of Trump's second term, he got all those fucking mega billionaires and the tech billionaires. Shit, Larry Ellison. He got one of the fucking AI. I think he had Sam Altman in there as well. These are all people that he has given favorable contracts to in order to build AI data centers in your backyard without your consent. You don't get to vote on that. You don't get to vote on a proposition for having the land around you be seized by your fucking state government. You didn't vote on that shit. Yeah, these AI overlords, these tech bros and shit, they need that land so that way the AI data centers can suck the drinking water from your local community and fucking so you can like ask ChatGPT why you have no friends. Like you're okay with that? For fuck's sake, dude. God,
So one thing about the
wake the
insults.
fuck up.
One thing about the insults, though, is that it's cool to insult them when they're not around and call them like white trash fascists or call like when you're talking shit to MAGA, that's actually
It's
okay.
easy
I
to
actually,
dismiss them, but like
but
when they're
yeah,
actually here and present, it's just like you know how fucked you are, right? You know how fucking like far down the rabbit hole you have fallen. Like it is impossible to yank you out, and it's like you're in denial. You're just constantly in denial because it's like I don't know. You're just comfy in your fucking hole. God, it's among
I
other
think a
things.
lot of
It's
people
like,
like. I think a lot of people like honestly for real, kind of like given up and are secretly like really sad.
I
And
completely agree. I'd be sad too if the president that I voted for 3 times turns out to be a pedophile rapist who was one of Epstein's co-conspirators, and
yeah,
also lied about starting new wars and shit, and also lied about getting the cost of gas and groceries down, but fucking just made everything go up. I'd be pissed
right.
as fuck too if the president that I voted for cut ties with multiple allies, made us more vulnerable as a nation by wasting all our ammunition in the Persian Gulf when every single piece of intelligence said that they were not pursuing a nuke and we cannot engage them in a major war. And they would close the strait, which would cripple the global economy. But Trump is beholden to Israel. Israel has wanted to destroy Iran for decades. You think Trump's gonna fucking listen to his own U.S. intelligence? No, he's gonna do whatever the fuck Bibi Netanyahu wants.
Right.
God, fucking these fucking MAGA idiots. They fucking doomed
I
this
think
country.
we lost him. I don't. He hasn't said anything, so I think I think
It's
he's
whatever. Good riddance. I don't give a shit.
No, it's good though. It's good. It's good for the show.
No, of course. It's
Um,
just like this is shit I've been fucking like wanted to like. I could rant about it endlessly. It's just like fucking this country is beyond fucked, and it's
they don't
because
see
these
it. They
maggot
don't see it as fascism. They don't see it as fascism, Tracy. They think
yeah
it's just like they just think it's like a aggressive form of conservatism. They don't think it's fascism.
yeah they can't.
They don't.
even
They don't
know,
like it
they
when
don't
you
even
call
know,
them Nazis.
they don't even know what fascism is. Crying
Right.
out loud.
Yeah, who project? Yep.
Absolutely, that's exactly right.
And we're getting some good engagement. So keep firing up the chat, guys, if you want us to stay on here. I'm getting a little tired because I've just got some things on my mind. But
It's good
yeah,
to
the
have a distraction. Yeah.
the other person who passed away was Dolly
Mm-hmm.
Parton.
Mm-hmm.
At 80,
Just,
she
just,
was amazing.
this
She
morning,
refused
yes.
to take to accept the Medal of Freedom from Trump.
God bless. Good
Among
for
other
her.
things, yeah, an enlightened Southerner, enlightened Southern
Mm-hmm.
belle.
Yeah.
I'm proud to know quite a few enlightened Southern belles because of where I went to college.
Yeah.
Um, and we need them, man. I think we could flip North Carolina and not just North Carolina, but Tennessee someday. I mean, Nashville's got more academic institutions in it than any other city in the South.
Yeah.
Georgia, we got to get blue, but some places like are so rural that so long as Fox News is on the air and they're watching Fox News, there's just no way you're going to get them on board with the
No,
Democratic Party. There's
Yeah.
just no way.
It's a damn shame because it's like the Democrats, despite their fucking rhetoric about like, oh, we need to be nicer to
Hey,
Republicans,
congrats, an honest bastard got a job.
hell
So
yeah,
way to go, buddy.
and thanks for being here as always, ABS. It's like Democrats for the longest time now have been like, we can't be too mean to Republicans because we want to earn their vote.
Right,
We want
exactly.
we want to get
Yes.
the disaffected Trump voter. We want to get the disaffected
This
Republican
is
voter,
it,
the never
man. So
Trumpers.
this is it. This
But
is
at
the
the same
issue.
time, they don't even fucking bother to appeal to them. You know who does appeal to them? The DSA.
Right.
Fuck it, because the DSA actually touches upon um, working class issues that Republican voters found appealing about Trump to begin with. And so when it's like spelled out for you, it's just like, do you really want your money to be sent overseas to Israel? Do you really want
To
your
Iran.
yeah? Do you really want your tax dollars, $1 billion a day, to be spent on this fucking pointless war, the least popular war in fucking American history, just so
Yeah.
that way like your tax dollars could be burned away for fucking nothing? Like it, the DSA actually fucking addresses all this shit, but oh no, the Democratic elite, the mainstream media who serves them, the DSA is really bad. It's
Right.
they're
It's too much.
too,
It's too far.
extreme, too far left. So we can't have that shit.
Did you see the John Ossoff interview where they go down the list like Green New Deal, no,
Oh my
Medicare for all,
God.
no, It's
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, he's being
Meanwhile,
touted as like a big name, dude. John
yeah,
Ossoff sucks.
yeah. He's like he's one of the big three names now that's being
Yeah,
floated for the presidency. Like I don't even really see Newsom floated that much anymore. But Kamala Harris, for some fucking reason, is in the
yeah, she's
rotation,
coming, dude.
as
It's gonna
well
be
as
Kamala. I think it's gonna
fucking
be
damn it, dude.
Kamala.
Yeah,
I think it
God
is. I'm
forbid she's
starting to.
coming
I
back.
used to. I for a hot minute there, I thought it was Mayor Pete. I'm still
God,
like, this is all just
he's
me
still
being
like the runner-up and shit.
this is
But
all just my healthy pessimism, guys. Like, I would love to see AOC or Ro Khanna be our next president. I really would.
Ro Khanna, I'm
But
not
I just
sure.
know that the institution of the Democratic Party is going to stack the deck in someone's favor,
Yeah,
and it's probably going to work because the system is so strong. And I do
yeah.
think that Kamala Harris, like, hey, she checks two boxes too, right? She's a woman and a woman of color.
Yeah,
So,
it's just
and
like
that's what, and apparently that's what matters. You still listen, you still hear that shit on political commentators from people like James Carville and Bill Maher and these hacks who like still think identity politics matter.
yeah, it's so pathetic. But yeah, Kamala Harris, AOC, and John Ossoff are now among the most discussed names when it comes to potential 2028.
John
Uh,
Ossoff's not going to stick.
yeah,
He's
I
not
mean,
going to stick.
I like him. I like his rhetorical.
His position, no,
Fucking,
whatever, dude. No, he's like me. He's
it's
the
like
best. No, he's the product of. He's the product of the best education money can buy.
yeah,
There is nothing impressive about him.
yeah,
Nothing.
sure.
He's
Yeah.
just a good-looking Jew. That's it. Okay? He's a good-looking, camera-friendly, well-spoken, very well-educated Jew.
Who takes
From Atlanta.
who takes
Who takes
hundreds of
AIPAC
thousands
money.
of dollars from APAC? Yep.
Yep, takes
Yep,
AIPAC
yep, yep,
money.
yep.
He's not clean. He
That's-
couldn't be
that's
less
strike
clean,
one.
dude. And I'm sorry, dude.
That's
I'm just
strike
like,
one, you're
I'm
out.
not going to fight for that guy.
No.
I'm not knocking doors for that fucking guy. He's not even for Medicare for all. And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
did
Completely
I
agree.
believe in
Like,
people? Yeah, I mean, in 2024, no. Not really.
No,
I
the,
mean,
o-
I
the
was
only
saying
one I give
it
a
was
shit
a-
about
it
was
was an
Miriam
emergency.
Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mary. Yeah, but she never had a chance. But yeah, I mean, did I believe? Oh, you're talking about in the people in 2024, like the nominees, or like
Yeah.
in the public, like in the American public? I don't have any faith in the American public.
Yeah, me neither anymore. Like, for fuck's sake, California chose Javier fucking Becerra
Yeah.
in the primaries. It's like, are you shitting me? He hasn't done a single goddamn fucking
Oh,
thing
he was responding to
since
Tracy
the primary.
Elliott,
Yeah, I mean, I've lost faith in the American people, but the tide is turning at least when it comes to eradicating MAGA and the,
Well, that's why political marketing is so important.
Yeah, let's
Political
go
marketing
tradition.
political marketing is supposed to bridge the gap, that ignorance gap. That's what really the political marketing is supposed to do. It's supposed to simplify things down into relatable cultural references.
Yeah.
For example, my trio of Star Wars is politics, Star Trek is policy, and either Inception or Jurassic Park are political marketing. Because in political marketing, you're either killing dinosaurs like the Clintons and the Obamas of the world and the Bidens and being like, no, we can do better than that. Or you've got to make people think completely differently about the relationship between government and citizen.
Yeah, there you go. And we got people like Mondani who's proven that, like, it's the funny thing about him is he's just simply doing his job because that's what's expected out of him. But we're so used to that just not happening on every single fucking level of higher office that it's just like it's mind blowing.
Right.
For crying out fucking loud.
I am a revolutionary optimist like Hassan.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to be.
It's good.
I have hope.
Yeah.
I have hope. Yeah, you should blame Biden for Kamala in 2024. Absolutely.
No, of course.
Absolutely. There should
Yeah.
have been an open primary. It would have been so exciting.
I swear, you guys would all be so surprised. Like if you just like scroll Twitter or not so much Blue Sky, but there are accounts up, whether or not they're bot accounts or not. Like it is insane just how many are so adamant about putting the narrative out there and maintaining the narrative at all costs that Kamala Harris is the absolute best and is untouchable and you can't criticize her or else
Right.
you're a racist.
Oh,
And
God.
the only reason she lost was because of the fucking left. And same thing with Bernie. It's just like maintaining the same old fucking tired shtick from 2016. It's because of white males or racism and shit. It's
Yeah.
just like
No,
for
actually, she
crying,
just sucks.
yeah. Or
It
when it
was
comes to
missing 6.8. It was like 6.8 million fewer votes that she got than Biden did
yes,
in 2020. Yeah.
yes, yeah, exactly, yeah, and not to mention the you
She
can't
said she wouldn't do
criticize.
anything to. Good.
Yeah, also according to all these fucking people as well, you can't criticize Hakeem Jeffries either.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. The
and
fuck.
it's like
Hakeem Jeffries sucks.
no, of course, and like
He's such a pussy. He's a robot of a human being.
yes, yes, and you know what he did recently? He met with Jared Kushner.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it's just like you're a fascist collaborator. What reason would you have to meet with a mega billionaire, the heir to the Trump fortune, basically?
Yeah.
You know, it's you married into the Trump family, like aristocracy 101, fucking literally in league with the Saudis, who without him, the deal for for Saudi Arabia to buy EA, Electronic Arts,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have gone through. $55 billion deal, and Jared
Yeah.
Kushner was fundamental in making that deal happen. It's just like they gave him $2 billion,
Yeah.
and also he's largely responsible for the normalization of relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel.
Right.
And it's like, and also fucking Jared Kushner is directly involved with Israel and Gaza development
Yeah. I know.
after fucking
The
they
war is
wipe
over.
out,
Yeah, and they
yeah,
redevelop it. Yeah.
fucking after all the
Of course he
Palestinians are
is.
wiped out. It's just like
Of course he is, dude.
this is the guy you're defending, fucking Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries. This fucking fascist collaborator, this fucking traitor, this treasonous piece of shit. Who gives a fuck if he's half black? It's like that's their only fucking criticism is like why the hell are all these leftists so racist? All they have to do all they do is criticize black Democrats like Richie Torres or Jasmine Crockett or Hakeem Jeffries
Hakeem
or
Jeffries
Barack Obama.
is in the
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
a
we
big
know
one.
we're about.
Well, it's the
TNA,
You
sorry,
know, there's
battle tested.
he's just and he's yeah, I saw that video he did. I mean,
And
Jesus
when
Christ.
he was wearing the green and he was wearing
Yeah.
the Yankees hat, fucking
Yeah.
pathetic. And he didn't even actually give a reason as to why.
But
he
this
met
could be
with-
good. This
with,
could be a good thing.
Jared
Maybe this
Kushner.
kills him. Maybe
I
maybe
fucking
this
hope so.
drags him into the mud.
If the fucking walking back of Medicare for all didn't do it as well, because like he was hammered. I forget her name. The fucking fucking pundit who was trying to like nail him down. So you used to support Medicare for all. Would you put that to a floor vote? Why did you change your mind about Medicare for all? And he actually couldn't give a fucking answer. You know, he fucking co-endorsed it or wherever the fuck when in the House for 8 years from 2013 to 2021. But once he fucking became House Speaker or the head fucking
Minority leader.
minority leader, suddenly he didn't fucking support it anymore.
Right.
Suddenly his name wasn't a fucking like he wasn't a co-sponsor. So it's like,
Right.
huh? I wonder what fucking happened. Fucking, it's just like this dishonest, goddamn fucking this insistence of all these fucking idiotic neoliberal fucking Democrat
Hacks.
cheerleading
Capitalists.
hacks and shit.
Yeah, it's just more
Um,
capitalism. All right, I gotta
literally-
bounce, dude. I gotta fucking
Yeah.
go chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys, at around 4. You should stay on. You gonna stay on?
Yeah, I'll probably stay down for a little bit, but it's like, I mean, I might go off. It's just, I did just want to say, like, like these smears to DSA and whatnot as being anti-black is fucking ridiculous. It's like, why do leftists only criticize black fucking representatives or whatever? It's just like we don't. We criticize Fetterman, we criticize Alex Vindman, we criticize Gavin Newsom, the Clintons, Buttigieg, Steny Hoyer, Josh Shapiro, that guy Muskowitz, the fucking guy who was like, well, we need to talk to USA. We need to befriended with them, but
Over half of the Congressional Black Caucus takes APAC money.
yeah, like hello, for fuck's sake,
Yeah,
fucking Debbie
APAC money doesn't discriminate.
like Gottheimer and Suozi, Chris Coons, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Kristen
Yeah, miserable.
Gillibrand, Adam Schiff, Gretchen Whitmer, fucking James Carville. Every single one of them is white, and leftists have plenty of shit to say about all of them.
Yeah, we should come up with like a blacklist. We should
Yeah,
come
no,
up with like a
for lack
mini
of a better, yeah.
should come up with like a 3 to 5 minute video per person of like what the DSA thinks of these people, what they have
Sure.
issues with.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
good
Like
content.
honestly, like for crying out loud, like I was thinking earlier today about your idea of having the DSA having its own fucking YouTube channel. It's just
Right.
like they could use the marketing, name it like DSA PR department or some shit like that. Like fucking
Right.
like actually break down the positions
I know.
and the policy platforms
I know.
and what we think like what the DSA overall thinks of various figures in the Democratic Party, why they're corrupt, why they need to be replaced, and why the American people, especially the Democratic base, support us and not the people we're trying to fucking replace. All the corrupt fucking assholes and shit. The neoliberal establishment.
Well,
Because
that partly has to do with the DSA like voting on everything and not having consensus on a lot of issues.
no,
and
of
what we should
course,
talk
and,
about.
and it's a lot more decentralized because that's just the nature of it, and
Right.
which is like, it's fine, but it's like, I mean, I was even thinking today about that, like about how it's not every chapter or branch is like on the same page and everything needs to be relayed from one to another. But I say like, why not just fucking do it? Like if we were DSA members, like why not speak on behalf of the DSA if we know that we got like um the correct talking points
Right.
or sound ideas and
Right.
explanations and defenses of like the policies and ideals that we support. Not to mention the actual succinct criticisms that we have, not just of the system, but the fucking neoliberal assholes who
Right.
hold it up and perpetuate it, and the ones that we're trying to replace, the ones that we keep on like the DSA keeps getting smeared over. Like why does DSA like they criticize? All they do is criticize the Democratic Party. They do nothing but hate the Democrats. Why should they even join the party if they hate it so much? It's just like because we're trying to replace you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, because we're trying to make it better.
Yeah, we're trying to
trying to
literally
take-
improve it.
we're trying to win,
Trying to
'cause you
get
guys
the
lose.
fucking. We're trying to
Well,
pull the fucking.
it's just the
by the roots,
audacity.
yank the fucking rod out.
Well, why, I mean, it's just like you're losers. I don't understand
Yes.
how you can how can you defend yourselves?
Because,
Of course, we're
yes,
trying to take over.
we're
We're
trying
trying to
to
take over for losers.
Yes, yeah, like get the fucking losers out of there who don't actually represent the needs of the party and the Democratic base. Your base of support, the fucking voters. It's like these people, especially like Hakeem Jeffries, only see their base of support, the voters, as an obstacle. Like, those kind of people should not be in any place of leadership in in the Democratic Party at all. We are here to replace them. Like the Democratic Party can stand, but should stand for the fucking people, and we stand with the people. You don't, for fuck's sake. That's all I have to say.
Tracy
What Tracy
Eva
have
with
to say, yeah.
Hassan Piker actually said on his stream that Oliver Larkin should be made the comms person for National DSA. and
I
go on all
agree with
chat
that.
shows. I agree with
Yeah.
him, and then I dropped your name, Deter. Well, that was nice. Of you, Tracy.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, I don't think they'll pick me. Who is Oliver Larkin? Is he big deal?
That
he
is
like-
he's the guy. He actually unfortunately lost his House race in Florida, but he went viral for going on a couple
Oh,
of
yeah.
programs and
I'm down with somebody. Hey,
criticizing
as long as it's somebody,
Israel.
man.
Yeah, he was
Like,
criticizing Israel. Like
there's
he was
got to be
saying,
a face. There's got to be a
Yes.
face for
I agree.
for right now, and it doesn't need to be
Oliver
a
Larkin
permanent
would be
face.
good.
It can
Yeah.
just be like the
a
face for this
rotation
year.
or a revolving door.
It
Yeah,
could be like a face for this year, a face for this month. I don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, we all agree that the media presence from the DSA needs to be way more robust.
Yeah, I was really hoping that he'd win too. Like he literally straight up like said that like Israel's committing genocide, and that fucking Zionist bitch that he was talking to was like, oh well, that's not factually accurate at all. And he's like, no, the UN, Human Rights Watch, various groups, organizations within Israel, the ICC, the ICJ, they all say that Israel's committing genocide, and they've even documented like they're doing it on purpose and targeting children on purpose. And she's like, no, no, that's not accurate. It's it was just so ridiculous. And he went on Fox News to literally say Trump was a pedophile rapist, and this is the party of Epstein, and he's protecting a whole bunch of powerful pedophiles and rapists. Is like, yeah, I was really hoping he'd win, but he would make a great prominent figure for the DSA, and basically doing what I just said. Get out there.
Except he's a straight white man, right? Is he gay? Hopefully he's
Fuck
gay.
it. I mean, honestly, at this point,
I know you and I don't care. You and I
Yeah.
don't care, but a lot of other people do care.
No, yeah, because the Democratic Party will cynically weaponize identity politics to browbeat and dismiss and fucking cast as hypocrites or whatever the fuck, to just dismiss anything that the left has to say. They will hide behind the veneer of identity politics, just to fucking dismiss the good points that we actually make, which is ridiculous. But it's like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, okay, will you actually listen to a white man? Like, because like you certainly won't listen to the black and brown women.
Usually people will only listen to people who are like them, unless you're educated.
Of course, it'll get more complicated than that. But that's why.
Yeah, I will, Tracy. I will check him out. I've got his clip lined up right now. I think I remember seeing it. So I'm psyched about him. All right, dude, I gotta bounce. I gotta get out of here.
For sure.
But,
it's good show.
Great to reconnect. And we'll do it again next week. And tomorrow I'll be on this space at 7 p.m. Eastern. So check me out on there. Until next time, never forget that you don't get change in America by asking nicely.